we might have gotten the biggest question of all answered.
He is indeed the biggest question in Brooklyn, but the news tonight anyway is the in Brooklyn part. Kyrie Irving is opting in, staying with the Nets. 36.5 million reasons to activate that final year of his deal with Brooklyn. The 30-year-old had averaged 27.5 points and nearly 6 assists in 29 games last season. But it was a season defined more by the games Irving did not play after choosing not to get vaccinated. Kyrie is entering the final year of his deal. Let's bring in senior NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski. Woj, what factored into Kyrie's decision to opt in?
Kevin, simply Kyrie Irving was not able to land either an extension with the Nets or a sign-and-trade deal elsewhere in the NBA, specifically with the Lakers, that would have allowed him to get the long-term max dollars that he wanted. And so short of following through on his threat to sign the $6 million mid-level exception with the Lakers, which he could have done if he opted out of his deal, he went back to Brooklyn on that 36.5 player option, really had exhausted all of his leverage, and returns to Brooklyn now with the possibility of free agency next summer.
Meantime, Woj, Kyrie is very tight with Kevin Durant, who just signed that veteran extension himself last summer. But there had been reports about KD's future should dominoes start to fall there in Brooklyn. What does this news mean for Kevin Durant?
Well, I think Kevin Durant was very loyal to Kyrie Irving through this process and certainly, wanted to create the idea that if Kyrie Irving walked, that Kevin Durant might ask for a trade. But in the end, the leveraging on Irving's side just didn't allow for him to get, the kind of new deal he wanted. And so now Kevin Durant has what he did want, which was Kyrie Irving back on the Nets this season. So the expectation right now is that Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving will move forward for the Nets on this roster this year. But Kevin Durant hasn't talked yet. He hasn't expressed that publicly. We'll wait and see. But this is the outcome that he wanted, which was Irving back with the Nets this year, the two of them playing together.
It would seem short term anyway, things are settled in Brooklyn. Long term, a very different story. Woj, there is some notable point guard news tonight. What can you tell us about the very latest with John Wall?
Yeah, Kevin, I'm told that John Wall plans to sign with the LA Clippers after agreeing tonight to a contract buyout with the Houston Rockets. He had a year left on his deal. And now I'm told Wall's intentions are to sign with the Clippers and join a team that may be as talented as any in the NBA, with Kawhi Leonard back next season, a healthy Paul George, and all the supplemental pieces around him. Now you add John Wall to that team without being asked to carry a significant load there, be able to be a player who can come in, give them some scoring, some shooting, either as a starter or off the bench. And certainly that's an impactful addition for the LA Clippers.
Wall to LA, Kyrie staying put, and a busy night for Adrian Wojnarowski. Thanks, Woj.
Thanks, Kev.
Well, over the last 3 seasons, John Wall has played in a total of 40 games. That ranks outside the top 500 in the league over that span.
Wow.
The $123 million he's earned over those past 3 seasons, tied for third most. Only Steph and Russ made more money.